What if I told you that America is heading toward the biggest rental crash of our lifetime? A crash so powerful that landlords will literally start begging people to move in. Would you believe me? Most people would say no. Because after years of insane rent increases, the idea of cheap rent in America sounds impossible. But stay with me. Because once you understand what's happening behind the scenes, everything will make sense. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why rent in 2026 could fall more than it has in the last 15 years. Let's begin. For almost a decade, renters have been dealing with one thing: rise in prices. Every year, rent went up. Every year, fewer people could afford to live where they wanted, and every year landlords became more confident. But markets don't move in one direction forever. And today, something is happening quietly, something most people don't see yet. The US rental market isn't overheating anymore. It's cooling, and soon, it will crack. Because what's coming in 2026 is not a slowdown. It's a reset. A complete shift in the balance of power away from landlords, back toward renters. Let me explain how we got here. For years, people kept hearing the same message. There aren't enough homes. That's why rents are so high. But that stopped being true around 2023. Between 2023 and 2025, America built more apartments than at any point since the 1970s. Massive. New buildings in Texas, tower after tower in Florida. Endless construction in Georgia, Arizona, and North Carolina. Developers expected unlimited demand. They believed renters would keep pouring in, paying whatever price was asked. But they were wrong. Demand didn't rise. It slowed. People began leaving expensive cities. Employees started working remotely. Families moved to cheaper states. Younger generations delayed renting. Meanwhile, construction continued at full speed. This created the perfect setup: too many apartments, not enough renters. And as 2026 approaches, this oversupply is hitting the market all at once. Vacancies are rising. Discounts are returning. Move-in specials are everywhere. This is exactly how a rental collapse begins. Here's something most people don't realize. The rental market follows one thing more than anything else: jobs. When jobs grow, rent grows. When jobs fall, rent falls. And right now, America is facing a wave of job weakness. Tech layoffs at major companies. Retail store closures in nearly every state, e-commerce slowdowns, and small businesses cutting hours or shutting down. When people lose jobs or feel financially insecure, they move to smaller homes, combine households, or return to family. They stop signing high-priced leases. This drop in demand hits landlords harder than anything else. And when job uncertainty meets a massive oversupply of apartments, rents don't just flatten. They fall sharply. Landlords aren't saying this publicly, but behind closed doors, they're struggling. Late rent payments are increasing. More tenants are asking for extensions. More units are staying empty. Many landlords bought buildings during the 2020 to 2022 boom. When prices were sky high and interest rates jumped, they counted on high rent to save them. But 2026 will bring a problem they can't escape. Millions of new apartments will hit the market at the exact same time renters are cutting back. That means landlords have two options: keep rent high and stay empty, or cut rent and survive. Every landlord will choose survival, and that means price cuts, not small cuts, real cuts. 10%, 15%, even 25% in some cities. We're already seeing early signs in places like Austin, Phoenix, Miami, and Nashville. These were the fastest growing rent markets. Now they are the fastest falling. When rent falls, something even bigger falls with it: property values. Investors don't buy buildings for the fancy gyms, they buy them for income. And when that income drops, the building's value drops with it. Lower rent means lower profit. Lower profit means lower property value. Lower value means stressed owners. Stressed owners become desperate sellers. Desperate sellers flood the market. And when the market floods, prices fall for everyone. This chain reaction is what experts quietly call the Great Rental Reset. A collapse that spreads from apartments to rental homes, to Airbnb units, and even into commercial real estate. It doesn't happen all at once. It happens slowly and then suddenly. 2026 could be the moment where suddenly begins. Every major market shift creates winners and losers. And this one will be no different. The winners? Renters, who will finally see lower prices. First-time home buyers who may finally be able to afford a home. Families who will get more options. The losers? Landlords with high-interest mortgages. Landlords who bought at the peak. Over-leveraged investors who stretched every dollar. This is not a small adjustment. It's a reshaping of the American rental landscape. So the next time someone tells you that rent will never go down in America, just remember this. The cracks are already here. The pressure is building. The oversupply wave is rising. And the job market is weakening. All the ingredients for a major rental drop are in place. In 2026, when landlords start cutting prices and renters suddenly have options they haven't had in years, people won't be asking why rent is so high. They'll be asking something very different. How did rent become this cheap? And when that moment comes, you'll understand exactly why it happened, and you'll be ready. Thanks for watching.